Learn how to play beer die, a classic drinking game rooted in camaraderie and skill, has evolved from a casual pastime into a beloved tradition for many. Originating in college settings, it has spread across various social groups, becoming a staple at gatherings and parties. At its core, Beer Die Guide is not just about drinking. It's a test of dexterity, strategy, and social interaction. Mastering Beer Die, an introduction. Beer, the game how to learn how to play beer die. The essence of beer die lies in its simplicity. The game typically involves 4 players, 2 on each side, seated around a table. Each player has a cup of beer placed at the corner of the table in front of them. The objective? Toss a die over a certain height with the intention of it landing on the opponent's side of the table, ideally sinking into their cup. Points are scored based on how the die lands, and whether the opponent fails to catch it. However, beer die is more than just throwing a die. It's about the atmosphere it creates, the laughter, the cheers, the playful banter. It's a game that thrives on its social aspect, often leading to lasting friendships and memorable stories. As we delve into the nuances of the game, from the construction of the perfect table to the finesse of throwing techniques, remember that the heart of beer die lies in its ability to bring people together. Whether you're a seasoned player or a curious newcomer, this guide aims to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of beer die, ensuring that your next game is not just a game, but an experience. Setting up for success. Creating the perfect beer die table. Beer, die game. Beer, die game. Dimensions, materials, and customization options. The foundation of any good beer die game is the table. A standard beer die table measures 8 feet in length and 2 to 3 feet in width. The height should be comfortable for seated players, typically around 28 to 30 inches. While you can use a pre-existing table, building a custom one allows for personalization and adjustment to your specific needs. Materials matter. A sturdy wooden tabletop is recommended for its durability and bounce. Plywood is a popular choice due to its affordability and ease of customization. Consider sealing the wood with a waterproof coating to protect against spills and weather if you plan to play outdoors. Customization is where you can let your creativity shine. Paint the table in your favorite colors, add decals or logos, or even install LED lighting underneath for night play. The key is to maintain a smooth, flat surface to ensure fair play. Ensuring a level playing field. A level table is crucial for a fair game. Before starting, check your table's surface with a level. Adjust the legs or use shims to correct any unevenness. Proper lighting is also important, especially for evening games. Ensure the playing area is well lit, with no glaring lights that might obstruct players' vision. The surrounding space is equally important. Ensure there's enough room around the table for players to move freely without obstruction. This not only makes the game more enjoyable but also safer. Enhancing the experience with accessories. Accessories can significantly enhance the beer die experience. Cup holders can be added to prevent spills, while a scoreboard or a chalkboard can keep track of scores. For those looking to add a bit of tech, consider a digital scoreboard app or a slow-motion camera to capture those close calls. Another popular accessory is a custom die. While any standard die works, custom dice, perhaps with your group's logo or in your favorite colors, add a personal touch to the game. Remember, while accessories can enhance the game, the focus should always be on the fun and camaraderie that beer die brings. Throwing techniques. Achieving precision and consistency. Grip, stance, and release. Mastering the basics. Mastering beer. Die throwing techniques starts with the basics: grip, stance, and release. The grip should be firm yet relaxed, holding the die between your thumb and forefingers. This allows for better control and spin, which are crucial for a successful throw. Your stance is equally important. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart for stability. A good stance provides a solid base for your throwing motion, improving both accuracy and consistency. The release is where technique really comes into play. Aim to release the die at the highest point of your throw, ensuring it reaches the required height, typically above eye level. Practice releasing the die with a consistent motion to achieve a predictable trajectory. Remember, the key is consistency. The more consistent your release, the more predictable the die's behavior. Perfecting your accuracy and distance control. Accuracy and distance control are advanced skills that set seasoned players apart. To improve accuracy, focus on your aim. Visualize the trajectory and point of impact before each throw. Consistent practice in aiming will significantly improve your precision over time. Distance control is about managing the strength of your throw. It's a delicate balance between throwing hard enough to reach the other side of the table, but soft enough to prevent the die from flying off the table. This requires a keen sense of touch and control, which can be honed through regular practice. Incorporate drills into your practice sessions. For example, aim for specific spots on the table, or try to hit targets at varying distances to refine your control. Overcoming common throwing challenges. Even experienced players face common throwing challenges. One such challenge is dealing with different table surfaces. Each table has its own bounce and friction characteristics. Adapt your throwing technique to accommodate these differences. Softer throws on bouncier tables, firmer throws on tables with more friction. Another challenge is environmental factors, like wind when playing outdoors. In such cases, adjust your throw to compensate for the wind's direction and strength. Lastly, pressure situations in a game can affect your throwing performance. Practice under simulated game conditions to get accustomed to playing under pressure. This helps in building mental resilience and maintaining your technique when it counts the most. Strategizing for victory, tactics and mind games. Offensive strategies, maximizing point opportunities. To excel in beer die, a well-thought-out offensive strategy is key. The primary goal is to land the die on your opponent's side of the table in such a way that it's difficult for them to catch. Aim for the corners and edges of the table, as these areas are harder to defend. Additionally, varying your throwing style and speed can keep your opponents guessing, making it harder for them to anticipate your throws. Developing a signature move can also be an advantage. Whether it's a unique way of spinning the die or a specific aiming technique, having a move that you've mastered can significantly increase your scoring chances. Collaboration with your teammate is crucial. Coordinate your throws to confuse and outmaneuver the opposing team. For example, alternating between fast and slow throws can disrupt the opponent's rhythm. Defensive tactics, minimizing the opponent's scoring. Defense in beer die is as important as offense. The key to a strong defense is anticipation and quick reflexes. Always be prepared to catch the die, keeping your eyes on it at all times. Practice different catching techniques, like the one-handed catch or using both hands for trickier throws. Positioning is also vital. Stay alert and adjust your position based on your opponent's throwing habits. If they favor a particular side or angle, position yourself to cover that area more effectively. Communication with your teammate is essential. Call out throws and coordinate your movements to cover more of the table. A well-coordinated team can significantly reduce the opponent's scoring opportunities. Psychological warfare, mind games, and distractions. Beer die isn't just a physical game, it's a mental one too. Using psychological tactics can give you an edge. One common tactic is trash talking or playful banter to distract your opponents. However, it's important to keep it friendly and not cross into unsportsmanlike behavior. Another tactic is to change your playing style unpredictably. If you've been throwing consistently in one style, suddenly changing it can throw off your opponents. This unpredictability can be disorienting and lead to mistakes on their part. Lastly, maintaining a calm and composed demeanor can be unnerving to opponents, especially in high-pressure situations. If you appear unaffected by the game's stakes, it can lead to your opponents doubting their own strategies and skills. Exploring beer. Die Variations. Beer, die game rules. Beer, die game rules. Speed die, flip cup die, and strip die. Beyond the traditional beer die, there are several exciting variations that add unique twists to the game. Speed die is a faster-paced version where players take rapid turns, accelerating the game's rhythm and requiring quick reflexes. This variant is great for players looking for a more dynamic and speedy game. Flip cup. Die combines the elements of beer die and flip cup. After each throw, players must quickly play a round of flip cup, adding an additional challenge and layer of excitement to the traditional game. Strip die introduces a risque element. Similar to strip poker, players remove a piece of clothing when certain conditions are met, like failing to catch the die. This variation is typically played in more private settings and should always be approached with respect for all participants' comfort and boundaries. Regional variations, unique rules and traditions. Beer. Die isn't just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon that varies regionally. Different areas have their own unique rules and playing styles. For instance, some regions might play with different scoring systems or table sizes. Others may have unique traditions like specific chants or ceremonial throws before the game starts. These regional variations not only add diversity to the game, but also reflect the local culture and social dynamics. Exploring these differences can be a fascinating journey into the social fabric of various communities and how they enjoy this beloved game. House rules, customizing the game. Perhaps the most charming aspect of beer die is the ability to create house rules. These are custom rules set by the players themselves, tailored to their preferences or the specific context of their game. House rules can range from changing scoring mechanics to introducing new types of penalties or rewards. For example, some groups might have a rule where a specific throw or achievement allows the player to make a rule of their choice. Others might introduce penalties for certain types of throws or catches. Customizing the game with house rules not only makes each beer die session unique, but also encourages creativity and camaraderie among players. It allows the game to evolve and adapt, keeping it fresh and exciting. The social dynamics of beer. Die building connections. Beer, die detailed guide. Beer, die detailed guide. Fostering friendships and bonding through beer. Die. Beer die is more than a game, it's a social catalyst. The relaxed yet competitive atmosphere of beer die naturally fosters friendships and bonding. The shared experience of playing, whether as teammates or opponents, creates a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. The game's structure, requiring players to sit across from each other, encourages face-to-face interaction, often leading to conversations and laughter. This direct engagement is a key component in building new friendships and strengthening existing ones. Inclusive and welcoming environment. Creating an inclusive and welcoming environment is essential in beer die. The game should be accessible and enjoyable for everyone, regardless of skill level or experience. Encouraging new players, explaining rules patiently, and emphasizing fun over competition are ways to ensure that everyone feels included. It's important to respect everyone's boundaries, especially in variations that involve drinking. The focus should always be on enjoyment and safety, making sure that all participants feel comfortable and respected. Sportsmanship and etiquette, building a positive community. Good sportsmanship and etiquette are the cornerstones of the beer die community. Congratulating opponents on good throws, being honest in scoring, and playing fair are fundamental. These practices not only make the game more enjoyable, but also build a positive and respectful community. Beer die and social unity, bringing people together. Breaking the ice and overcoming barriers. Beer die serves as an excellent icebreaker. It's a game that requires minimal prior knowledge, making it easy for newcomers to join and participate. This ease of entry helps in breaking down social barriers and initiating conversations among people who might not otherwise interact. Building lasting connections and memories. The shared experiences in beer die often lead to lasting connections and memorable moments. The excitement of a close game, the thrill of a successful throw, or the laughter from a funny mishap, these are moments that stay with people and often become cherished memories. Celebrating diversity and embracing differences. Beer die brings together people from diverse backgrounds. The game's universal appeal transcends cultural and social differences, fostering an environment where diversity is celebrated. Players learn to embrace and appreciate the unique perspectives and experiences each individual brings to the table. Responsible play, balancing fun and safety. Beer, die Game Guide. Beer, die Game Guide. Setting boundaries and knowing your limits. While beer die is often associated with drinking, responsible play is crucial. It's important to set personal boundaries and know your limits. Encouraging moderation and respecting each player's comfort level with alcohol consumption ensures everyone has a good time without compromising safety. Encouraging responsible drinking and hydration. Promoting responsible drinking habits is key. Alternating between alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, ensuring proper hydration, and providing food can help mitigate the effects of alcohol. Creating an environment where responsible drinking is the norm benefits everyone's health and safety. Intervening and supporting fellow players. Being vigilant and supportive of fellow players is essential. If a player seems to be consuming too much alcohol or is uncomfortable, it's important to step in and offer support. This might mean suggesting a break, switching to water, or helping them find a safe way home. Embracing the spirit of beer. Die, fun, friendship, and fair play. Reflecting on the journey and looking ahead. Beer Die is more than just a game. It's a journey of fun, friendship, and fair play. Reflecting on the experiences and connections made through the game, we see the true value of Beer Die, its ability to bring joy and unite people. The future of beer. Die, growth and evolution. As Beer Die continues to grow in popularity, its evolution reflects the changing dynamics of its community. With each throw, catch, and cheer, the spirit of the game lives on, adapting and thriving in diverse settings, bringing people together in the spirit of fun and camaraderie. FAQ: Beer Die How to Play Guide. First, what is Beer Die? Beer Die is a social drinking game typically played by 4 players. Teams of 2 sit at opposite ends of a table, taking turns throwing a die into the air with the aim of landing it on the other team's side, or ideally in their cups, to score points. First, what are the standard dimensions for a beer die table? A standard beer die table measures 8 feet in length, 2 to 3 feet in width, and 28 to 30 inches in height. These dimensions ensure a comfortable and fair play area for seated players. First, can I customize my beer die table? Yes, customization is encouraged. You can paint your table, add personal decals or logos, and even install accessories like LED lighting for a personal touch while maintaining a smooth, level surface. First, what accessories enhance the beer die experience? Accessories like cup holders, scoreboards, and custom dice can enhance the game. They add convenience, track scores efficiently, and personalize the experience. First, what are the key aspects of a good throwing technique in Beer Die? A successful throw involves a firm grip, stable stance, and controlled release. Mastering these elements helps in achieving precision and consistency in your throws. First, how can I improve my accuracy and distance control in Beer Die? Practice is key. Focus on consistent grip and release techniques, and use drills targeting specific table areas to improve your accuracy and control over throw distances. First, what are common throwing challenges and how do I overcome them? Adapting to different table surfaces and environmental conditions like wind are common challenges. Practice on various tables and in different settings to improve adaptability. First, what are effective offensive strategies in Beer Die? Aim for difficult-to-defend areas like corners and vary your throwing styles to keep opponents guessing. Developing a unique throw can also give you a strategic edge. First, how can I improve my defensive tactics in Beer Die? Stay alert and anticipate throws. Practice catching techniques and communicate with your teammate to cover more area and effectively defend against opponents' throws. First, can psychological tactics be used in Beer Die? Yes, mind games like playful banter can be part of the strategy, as long as they remain friendly and don't cross into unsportsmanlike conduct.